microphones in the way up here. Somebody didn't make room for my remarks. Huh? All right, can I? I don't want to mess up anybody's ear or anything. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Oh,
Got
man.
them all back for you.
All right.
That's how we work it.
Tony didn't think about that, man. See, what you doing, Tony, man? Yeah, now we're good. Well, good afternoon, everyone. And I am truly pleased to be joined here today by Dr. Enid Trotman. She's the medical director at our partner, WellPath. Miss Jessica Jones, the health administrator from WellPath. And I see a couple of good friends in the audience here. Chief Judge Mary Trigiano, who's also the chairwoman of the Community Justice Council here in Milwaukee County, as well as the Deputy Chief Judge in Chief Carl Ashley. Let me say that those that are here with me today are also Chief Deputy Danita Ball, many of you know. Also joined by Inspector Aaron Dobson, who we'll talk about a bit more here today. He's the jail commander here at Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office, Milwaukee County Jail. We also have with us the assistant jail commander in one Captain William Dukert. And again, all of you, I want to thank you for coming out here today. I am truly, truly pleased to be a part of this historic day, this historic announcement that the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office and the Milwaukee County Jail have achieved accreditation from the National Commission on Correctional Health Care for achieving excellence in accordance with NCCHC's standards for health care in jails. In achieving this outstanding recognition, NCCHC recognizes the Milwaukee County Jail's strict adherence to the high standards and best practices in correctional health care. In addition, they recognize our strong commitment to delivering the high level of service to the people of Milwaukee County that have become the hallmark of the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office. The Blue Ribbon National Commission on Correctional Health Care is the industry leader in establishing policy and setting standards for health care services in correctional facilities. Its origin dates back to the 1970s, when the American Medical Association found health care standards lacking in correctional facilities in our country. Their policies and guidance have helped correctional facilities like the Milwaukee County Jail enhance their health care capabilities, increase efficiency of health care service deliveries, and improve the health outcomes of those persons entrusted to our care and those returning to our community. Out of several thousand correctional facilities nationwide, fewer than 500 have attained NCCHC accreditation. That ranks the Milwaukee County Jail with less than 10% of all correctional institutions in the country to earn this recognition. That is truly a remarkable accomplishment. To attain this distinction, the Milwaukee County Jail collaborated with NCCHC to help improve our health care services delivery. Throughout the process, leaders in the correctional field, medical, legal, and administrative fields joined together to offer recommendations and see them through to implementation. In March of this year, the NCCHC conducted an intensive on-site inspection of our healthcare operations. And in late April, NCCHC acknowledged the dedication and commitment of our staff by awarding accreditation to the Milwaukee County Jail. This is an achievement years in the making, years that have been filled from start to finish with outstanding efforts on the part of the men and women who work in the Milwaukee County Jail. Some of those exceptional public servants are here with us today. As I mentioned, the jail commander, Inspector Aaron Dobson, and the assistant jail commander, Captain William Duker. Still more are busy working in our jail. The correctional officers, who we ask each day to be at their best when the population that they are cared for are not. The doctors, nurses, and medical assistants who care for those same individuals. And the psychiatrists, psychologists, and counselors who are concerned for the well-being of one of our community's most vulnerable populations. Their combined efforts have helped transform our facility from one notorious for its shortcomings to one that we can proudly say meet the highest national standards of correctional health care. Transformation of the Milwaukee County Jail does not happen overnight, nor does it take place in a vacuum. It requires years of painstaking analysis and, in some instances, split-second decisions. And it's happening as Milwaukee County and our country grapples with the greatest public health emergency our nation has faced in over 100 years. Again, making this achievement all the more remarkable. Though we have achieved this important milestone in our journey of transforming the Milwaukee County Jail, we have not reached the end point. The Sheriff's Office and our partners know that there is still a lot of work ahead if Milwaukee County is to achieve its goal of becoming the healthiest county in the state. I thank all of those that are here today. And I want to thank all of our partners who have helped us to make this journey possible. And again, let me thank Inspector Aaron Dobson and Captain William Duker and our entire correctional staff for their work and dedication to helping restore the honor, integrity, and trust in the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office. Let me say that by achieving the high honor of accreditation from the National Commission on Correctional Health Care, we live up to our creed that we are held to a higher standard, and we ought to be proud. Thank you very much.
Sheriff Lucas, along with our commander, Inspector Dobson, and our representatives and partners from WellPath are here for questions, if you'd like to ask them questions.
Sheriff, step back up to votive. When you took over as sheriff, what were the biggest challenges in the jails when it comes to health care?
Well, there was, without a doubt, had been a recent history prior to me taking over in 2019 in the jail, some very unfortunate incidents that happened. I think our job was one of, again, restoring the honor, integrity, and trust back into the jail. We had to instill in all of our people that we were going to treat everybody with dignity and respect. And again, we even had to go and work and try to bring at least some promotional opportunities and some pay increases for the correctional staff who had, for almost 10 years, had not received any pay increase. So I think those were our hardest challenges. I came in following the tenure of Acting Sheriff Richard Schmidt, and he had made one of the more critical decisions, and that was bringing Inspector Aaron Dobson up to the jail. And I want to thank him for that decision. When Inspector Dobson and I met in the fall of 2018, I told him, look, we've got a lot of work to do. And from every indication, you're the person to get it done, please just go out there and get the work done, and we'll be just fine. And he's done just that, and I'm very grateful.
Sheriff, what are some of the challenges ahead? So there was an inspection done, but I would imagine that there's still work to be done based off the recommendations. What are you still working to improve on?
Well, we still have a long way to go. Obviously, I would prefer not to even have my facility filled with those persons in our custody and our care. So that's part of the work that we do with the CJC and that Judge Trigiano heads up. But more importantly, we still got a lot of work to do inside the facility. Again, getting the pay for those members up to those surrounding communities here in Milwaukee County. We also have to, again, we've got to get a stable workforce. Right now, 2020 and 2021 has been very challenging for law enforcement and correctional officers. And we've got to find a way to stabilize and keep good people, be able to recruit, to train, and retain good people here in the Milwaukee County Jail. And again, that makes us no different than any other institution in the country. Well, it was, as I indicated, it was a very painstaking process. I don't know if it was changes. We just demonstrated what we have done since we came in 2019. One of the things that I brought here to the jail was added a Chief Legal and Compliance Officer, Molly Zillick, who's in the audience today as well, to ensure that we do two things. One, that we do the right things, and two, that we do them the right way. And as a result, we went about updating our policies and procedures here in the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office, throughout the entire Sheriff's Office. Again, our work in instilling in those members that we're going to treat everybody with dignity and respect. And then it was important that I sent the message that we were going to even respect and treat those that work for us with that same dignity and respect. So while NCCHC came in, what they witnessed was the transformation, the beginning of a journey in the Milwaukee County Jail where we were going to do the right things. We were going to try to do them to the highest standards of the profession. And certainly, we've been doing just that, and we're going to continue to look at ways to enhance and improve our operations so that, again, we can be the best facility in the country.
Sheriff, you mentioned some unfortunate incidents before, you took over. One that comes to mind is the 2016 dehydration death of Terrell Thomas. I mean, was that the catalyst for major change and major improvements within the jail system? I'm sure you'd never like to see something like that happen again.
No, that was, again, a very unfortunate period in the history of Milwaukee County. And, again, there was a number of people who, as I was on this journey to become a sheriff, said, Ernell, you've got to do something about the culture inside the jail, how you can get everyone's attention to doing the right things, treating people with respect. We've moved beyond that. While I'll say this, while we're not a perfect people, what we are proud public servants. We go out every day and try to do the very best we possibly can. As I've said before many times, we ask the correctional staff to be at their very best when many of the people that they encounter on a day in and day out basis are not. But they give it to us. They give it to the people of Milwaukee County. And I'm so grateful just being the sheriff to have that a staff dedicated to that extent.
Sheriff, a few months ago we reported about, well, we didn't report, but there were suspected suicides in jail in March, and that was the second of 4 months at that point. What would you say to families concerned about their loved ones inside the jail that still have those concerns despite the accreditation?
Well, again, we're no different than hospitals and other institutions where people make choices, whether it's to inflict self-harm or to do harm to others. It's very unfortunate when things happen here in our jail, because not only does it affect the individual and his or her loved ones, but it also affects all of us as well. And that's the thing that's most important to those loved ones, that want them to know that we're a very caring group of people here in the Milwaukee County Jail, and that any loss of life, anyone being hurt in our facility is really painful to all of us, and that we hope that those incidents are either severely reduced, if not totally eliminated, while we're here in office.
Any change with protocol to try to ensure that doesn't happen? Maybe more welfare checks, just to kind of make sure that people with those traits or showing the signs of doing something like that will have the chance to do so?
Well, that's a fair question. We already, as a facility institution, exceed the state standards for conducting welfare checks on those persons in our care and custody. The state requirement is an hour. We do our rounds every 30 minutes. Can we do even more? If we, I'm sure, get up to full staff and can maybe reduce maybe some of the population, it may very well be possible that we can even beat that time. But that is something that has been in place now for years. Inspector Dobson can speak to it more directly than I can, but it's something that we're very proud of, that we already exceed the state standard.
Sheriff, is there anything in the federal ARPA, American Rescue Plan, that could help through the county, that it could help your jail?
Well, we're hopeful. That's very good. Again, the purpose for achieving accreditation is so that we can demonstrate to city leaders as well as those taxpayers here in Milwaukee County that we're a bunch that are about doing the right things and about doing them the right way. And if we get the adequate resources that we need to do the work that we need to do here in the Milwaukee County Jail, whether it's through the tax levy and or through government grants and programs, again, we're going to demonstrate that we are very prudent in how we spend the people's money, and demonstrate that we're the right people right here, right now.
How long does the accreditation last, and what are the specific criteria that the jail, I guess, has to continue to meet over that period of time?
I know part of your question, it's a 3-year accreditation period, but I don't know, Inspector or Dr. Please, and then do they do a check or anything over time in the 3-year cycle?
Yes, the accreditation lasts for 3 years. We will apply for reaccreditation in 2024. We want to ensure safe standards at the Milwaukee County Jail and make sure we are treating people from a medical, mental health, and dental perspective appropriately. If they're able to get a certain kind of medical care on the outside, we want to make sure that they can get that same kind of care here in our jail. We want to provide a high level of service, and we will seek accreditation every time it's due, and it will be due again in 2024. I can't.
Sorry, has there been increased investment from the county to increase, I guess, you had mentioned, like, I guess, to reach the accreditation standards, so, like, has there been more money coming to the jail to increase?
There certainly has been more money coming towards the medical and mental health perspective of the contract. Our old contract was significantly less. And when we went looking for a new vendor in the RFP process, we asked for a lot. We worked with a consultant to help us in writing our RFP for a new medical vendor and mental health vendor. And when you ask for a lot, it costs a lot. And we have received the services from the county and the funds from the county to make sure that we are able to keep people safe here at the jail.
Could we ask the doctor, would you mind coming up? Can you give us your first and last name?
My name is Enid Trotman, MD.
Oh boy, okay.
Thank you.
Can you tell us what are the most common medical issues that you deal with for inmates?
A common ailment we have in the jail is hypertension. Another common ailment is diabetes. And they also have a common behavioral medicine diagnosis of depression.
Thank you for coming. A news release will be forthcoming.
Okay.
Let me follow up on, again, I noted a point of demarcation that signaled the turnaround, the transformation here in Milwaukee County, and that was, again, the appointment of Inspector Dobson. But one other was when the county went with our partners at WellPath as the medical provider here at Milwaukee County. And I think our outcomes have been much, much better than with the previous medical provider. And so, again, I just want to thank our partners at WellPath for the great relationship that they have here at Milwaukee County. It's truly been a wonderful partnership that led to this historic day. And again, we enjoy the relationship with them moving forward, ongoing.
When did they come on board? When did they come on board?
April of 2019.
Okay.
April of 2019. Yeah. We are very focused on the problems that we have in our community. And certainly the violence that we witnessed over this past weekend, as well as what we've seen here year to date, is not a problem that any one of us can solve. It's going to take the entire criminal justice system. I'm dedicated, I'm committed. We've had our conversations internal, what we hope to do, hope to be able to accomplish. We've had conversations with our friends at the Milwaukee Police Department as well. But overall, we need everybody in the community to play a part. And I've asked you folks in the media to play a part of that as well. In that we all have the responsibility of making Milwaukee County strong and making Milwaukee County safe. And if everybody plays their part, if everybody does their very best, I think we can begin to impact some of the violence that we're seeing in our community. But we've got to begin to work because we're losing too many young people in our community right now. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Thank you very much. Do we have press releases? We do? Chief Judge, would you have? No? We're good? I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you all for coming this afternoon. If you have any more questions, you know how to contact me, and I will also forward a news release to you very shortly. Thank you.
Do you want to shoot a tease or anything?
Well, I got to shoot some buildings.